Start clapping. Build it up. Build it up. Nice and loud. Welcome to the stage, Ben Treloar!
You alright? Is everyone excited to be here? Cool. My name's Ben, and I've got this thing called body dysmorphia. What that means is I'm often in my own head about my looks, my appearance, that kind of thing. My therapist recently recommended a technique to deal with this called just hanging out with really, really ugly people. So on a completely unrelated note, thanks for coming out tonight, guys. No, obviously just a little goofy zinger to get us started there. I do have a lot of issues with my self-esteem. Someone made a weird comment about my looks the other day. She said, Ben, you're beautiful on the inside, right? Beautiful on the inside. That's a pretty weird thing to say, isn't it? Because like, I get that that's intended as a compliment, but like, you know, still a pretty fucking weird thing to say in the middle of a colonoscopy, isn't it? Like, so yeah, I think we're all in agreement. That is a very good joke. Is of course just a joke, as we all know the NHS is far too underfunded for that high level of quality customer service. So when it did come to doing a colonoscopy, I had to do one of those DIY from home ones instead, which I know sounds strange. I'm aware of that, but the good news is my bowels are healthy. The bad news is I have now lost my GoPro. It's not all GoPros though. I get depressed about normal things as well. I do. I got broken up with last year. Yeah, thank you, this section of the room. No, I'm mostly over it, I am. But now I'm at that stage where people feel it's appropriate to just come up to me with smug, unsolicited advice. Like, oh, Ben, you're single, ready to mingle. Oh, Ben, you're alone, ready to bone. Oh, Ben, you're emotionally numb, ready to come. And it's like, fuck off, mum. All right, do not need this right now. No, it's tough going through a breakup. It is. It can get very lonely. It can be a very lonely experience. At its most lonely, it got to the point where I just started going into disabled toilets and pulling the assistance cord. And I mean, you laugh, but I was making friends and getting my arse wiped, so who's the real winner here? Not the staff at Costa. They are not. They were not keen. So as you can probably tell by now, I'm quite an awkward boy, very awkward boy. It's because I've got this thing called autism. I don't know if anyone here's got it. It's very popular. Have we got any other vaccinated people here tonight? Or just me? Cool. It is very weird. It's very weird how having a little touch of the tism affects me. Yeah, no, I agree. I am very funny. No, it's very weird how autism affects me, right? Like, I can do this fine in a room full of strangers, but God forbid a spoon be the wrong size, you know? Like, genuinely, I will throw a proper tantrum if a spoon is even slightly the wrong size, which makes doing coke really awkward. Not good at all. The main way that autism affects me, though, is sensory issues, you know, like light, noise, that kind of thing. And what happens when I go into, like, a state of sensory overload? What's recommended is to put yourself in a state of sensory deprivation, right? So, like, I'll put headphones on, I'll turn all the lights off, and that's generally what's recommended by most medical professionals. I mean, it does scare the shit out of other motorists, but it's not really my problem, is it? People make a lot of unfair assumptions about you when they learn that you're on the spectrum. Like, people assume dating must be difficult. They assume that. But no, I've had relationships, of course. In fact, the girl I dated most recently, she was actually training to work in a school for kids with special needs, which was great because I got laid and she got work experience. So...
Ben Treloar beats the frog!